you think about Idalou football, Johnny Taylor is one of the first names that comes to mind. And it's no wonder with a 111 record over the last 10 years, Idalou has established itself as one of the most dominant programs in Class 2A football across the state. We sent our George Watson over into Wildcat territory to find out more for this week's film session.
Welcome back to this week's film session, and this week we are in the den of the Wildcats. We are here at Idalou High School, joined by head coach Johnny Taylor. Coach Taylor, appreciate you letting us in this week.
Good to see you, George.
Sorry about that. The Wildcats coming off a big week. They pick up a big win over Abernathy, get in the playoffs. A little bit of a struggle, Coach, this year, maybe more than normal used to, but good. You know, I guess everything's right with the world. The Wildcats are in the postseason.
It has ended up being a good year. You know, we didn't have very many kids coming back off of last year's team with 26 seniors graduating, but this group has done well and you know, have exceeded expectations.
It kind of speaks to that tradition and those expectations that, you know, you guys expect to be the playoffs, expect to be in the postseason. Now that you're in, who knows what can happen?
That's true. You know, a little bit of luck in the playoffs, and you know, that's usually a big factor, and you can go a lot farther than you were expecting. You
know, this team has really, lived on its defense a lot this year, but the offense really, they had some struggles early in the year, starting to come around a little bit. You've put up some points, put up some big yards the last couple of games.
We have looked better on offense, and I think if we can continue that, that'll help us, of course, keep the ball away from the other team, keep them from scoring, and you know, give us a better chance as we go into the playoffs.
Well, as we all know, one of the staples for Idalou and its offense is running the football. That's what they're going to do, and that, you know, and then it's really no secret. And we've actually gone back to last year to kind of illustrate this, but a good play here, just a basic power, you know, off guard, off tackle. Coach, kind of take us through this play and really what you guys look for and how this works for you guys.
Hey, this is a play that we call the read because we read the nose guard. We run it against an odd man front, and in this case we're in a formation that we call 41L, which is a pro left formation. What happens on this is read right, and what happens on the play side, our guard and tackle are both going to block out right here on these two guys. On the back side we fold it. Our guard blocks out on the 5 technique, and our tackle comes inside on this linebacker. The center, we tell him he can take that nose guard whichever way he wants to go, as long as we don't let him penetrate. Fullback's going to the play side linebacker. Tailback, he's going to read the block of the center. Whichever way that nose goes, he's going to try to go the opposite way. So you can go in slow motion here, and we can see as our play side blocking out, our backside guard blocking out, and here comes our tackle. You can see him come around and get to the backside linebacker.
It really looks like it takes a lot of precision because you've got a lot of guys going a lot of different ways that you don't get tangled up.
It's been a really good play for us, you know, against a 50 defense. And you can see our running back reads the block on the nose guard.
It seems like this offense, especially the way you guys run the ball, it's just a matter of repetition and you know, because it's really not anything extravagant. It's just a matter of getting the reps down and knowing what each play can do each time you run it.
And that's right. You know, we run this play in the 7th grade on up, so by the time they get in high school, time they get on the varsity, they know exactly how this is supposed to look. You can see the path. Our tackle does a great job getting around and getting that linebacker. Our back makes a good cut. Now the safety's having to come up to make the tackle, which he doesn't like to do against a good, tough running back.
And it would seem to me that the way you guys both run the football inside and outside, that some of your most athletic linemen have to be your tackles to be able to pull either out or in like they do.
They do. We expect a lot out of our linemen because they'll, if they're uncovered, they pull on the sweep. In this case, you know, they're folding around on the read. Our tight ends have to be good blockers and pretty athletic. So, and usually, you know, we find kids that can fit that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Idalou's been doing it for a long time with Coach Taylor, and they do it better than almost anybody out there. Coach Taylor, we appreciate you letting us come out this week.
I appreciate it too.
Thanks,
Thank you, George.
When we come back, we'll go through this week's picks, or this week's games, and I'll have my picks right here on The Fever.